So as you see, the decision tree here, the root node, it is vision, and then from vision we go to two branches. One is vision qualified and another one is vision not qualified. So as Grace said earlier, like if we have some more condition, then we will maybe get another branches here, right? So now only for this example, we have two branches. One is qualified and another one is not qualified. So if you look back here, it is a little messy. Let me erase them. Yeah. So see here, we have for vision, we have 1 and 2. We have two conditions. So that's why I write down these two branches, 1 and 2. Okay. If I explain here in the more clear page, you will have a look. So we have our root node here, that is vision, right? Because the information gain, it is bigger, right? Information gain is bigger for vision. So vision is attribute x1. And then we try to split this, because we have for vision, we have qualified and not qualified, right? We have qualified and not qualified. And for vision is qualified, let's count how many of them. So if vision is qualified, how many of them are yes and how many of them are no? So if vision is qualified, that means this 4, 1. And among these 4, 1, 2, 3 of them are qualified and one is not qualified. I will erase them. Okay. So for the first condition, vision is qualified. 1, 2, 3. 3 of them, they are selected, and on they are not selected, right? So we have to write down here, if vision is qualified. If vision is qualified, then we go to another attribute, that is height. And for height, if height is qualified and not qualified, if height is qualified, then there is a result. And if height is not qualified, then there is another result, right? So see here, if height is qualified, then it is selected. Height is qualified, selected. Height is qualified, selected, right? So we can say that if height is qualified, then it is selected, right? Yes. And if height is not qualified, then it is not selected. No. You can see here, if height is not qualified, see, then it is not selected. We only considering now these 4. We only considering these 4. Okay. And now let's consider the remaining 4. Because the remaining 4 here, their vision is not qualified, right? Not qualified too. And now let's see if they are selected or not. So we go to the next leap. We go to the next branch here. The vision is not qualified. So we again try to think of another attribute if we have some division in the height, right? So you see, for vision is not qualified, in the height section, all of the results, they are not selected, right? So we don't need to consider the height part. Okay. Just we can write down they are not selected. Okay. No. So this is how we find up a solution to a mixed information. So this is how our decision tree works. So do you understand?
Yes, Omar.
So this tree represents the solution for this information. Okay. This training set, this training example. Is this really clear, or you have some confusion in some part? Hello. Guys, do you really understand, or you have still some confusion?
No, I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm clear too.
Okay, great. So let's
I think
continue.
we can continue in the next, because we
right.
have a lot of.
More, sorry for interrupt. I think what the entropy means is the the messy. So when we don't find any messy, there will be no entropy, right?
Yeah, right.
That's why
For example, you
these
have,
attributes are zero.
yeah, for example, you have a building, okay? But your friend, he doesn't own a building. So you don't get any conflict, right? Because you own a building, but your friend don't have. So you guys don't have any conflict. But if you own a building of 3 stories and your friend has a building of 4 stories, so your friend and you, there will be some conflict, right? Because you guys will try to provoke each other, like, hey, why you are building a bigger house? Okay, I am I cannot get the air from this side, and he is complaining like, yeah, I have my money, so why should I care? So this way, okay, they will have some entropy, or I mean discipline problem. Okay, so, and if both of them are similar, then the entropy will be 1. Okay,
Yeah,
I mean,
I know.
you guys will have some cool relation, like, okay, you are also cool, I'm also cool, so why should we bother each one another? Just stay as you are. Okay, so this way. And I think that's a funny example. So let's see the next question. The ratio, okay, this one, the ratio, I have to erase them. Just a moment. It is the whiteboard. Yeah. So now see the ratio of the number of trucks along a highway, on which a petrol pump is located. So we have a petrol pump here, and there is some truck, right? Yeah, there is some truck. I mean, good truck. To the number of cars is running along the same highway is 3:2. Okay. So it is known that an average of 1 truck in 30 trucks and 2 cars in 50 cars stop the petrol pump to be filled from the fuel. If a vehicle stops at the petrol pump to be filled up with the fuel, find the probability that it is a car. So we need to find the probability that it is a car. So you see a very big question, but we have to split this. First thing, we have to split this. So let's see how many objects we have here. We have truck and we have cars, right? We have truck and we have cars. So let's say that, and then they need to they also need to fill up the fuel, right? So the vehicle is car. Well, I think this example is not from our teacher, but I got this example from Google. Okay, so I haven't tried this before, but I will try to explain like how we can come up with a solution. So I have never solved this one, okay, but I am trying to understand with you guys. So the ratio of the number of trucks along a highway on which the petrol pump is located to the number of cars running along the same highway is 3:2. It is known that an average of 1 truck in 30 trucks. So on out of 30, you see here, on out of 30 trucks, and then 2 car in 50 cars. So 2 out of 50 car, okay? Stop at the petrol pump to be filled with the fuel. Okay, if a vehicle stops at the petrol pump to be filled up with the fuel, find the probability that the car is that it is a car. So you have to split this whole question into two parts. The first one is here, the question part. Find the probability that this is a car, okay? And then another part is how many objects we have. We have car and trucks. And then we have another information here. How many of them, okay? So on truck in 30 trucks and 2 cars in 50 cars, okay? Great. And now let's see how can we find the solution. So probability that it's a car. That means the car, not every car they need the fuel, right? Some of them need fuel. So we assume that the E represents vehicle stops for fuel, okay? E represents vehicle that stops for fuel. And then C represents that vehicle is a car. So not C. So this bar sign means not, okay? So not C means this car not need to be, this car do not need fuel, okay? And then you see here 3:2. So we have total 5, right? 3 plus 2, we have total 5. And then 5 out of 2. 5 out of 2 car. You see here, the first one is truck. Here the 3, this is for truck. And for 2, that is for car, okay? So 5 out of 2 car. On the which fatal form is located to the number of cars running along the same highway. Is 3 and 2. It's not that. C bar vehicle is truck. C bar vehicle is truck. So 5 out of 2, they are car, right? You see here, they are car, 5 out of 2. And 5 out of 3, they are truck, right? So this is the truck. So guys, is this clear now? And now probability of E. So E means it requires for fuel. Vehicle stops for fuel. So the vehicle stops for fuel, and this needs to be a car, okay? Sorry, this needs to be truck. C bar, that means truck. Okay, let me say it again. Yeah, let's start again, okay? So we have to find the probability that it is a car. And now we see that we have total 5. We have total 5 car. So among them, 2, that is car, and 3, that is truck. And so the C will be the vehicle is a car. So it will be 5 out of 2. For example, if you count here, there is some car going and there is some truck going, right? So the probability of car, that is 5 out of 2, their car, and probability of truck, that is 5 out of 3, they are truck, right? So C means vehicle is car, and C dash or C bar, it means the vehicle is truck. So this is the probability of car and truck. And now let's say, now we need another sort of condition, like some of them, they stops for fuel. So probability of E, or sorry, this is E. E means they need fuel, okay? And probability of E out of E of C, that means this bar means condition. So C for car. So probability of car, that car needs fuel, okay? So we have in total 2 cars in 50 cars, they stop for fuel. That means 2 out of 50, okay? 2 out of 50, they need fuel. And then here is for 2 out of 50 vehicle stop for fuel. 50. on truck in 30. Okay. Yeah, now you see here, this is the probability of trucks. They stop for fuel. So 30 out of 1 on trucks, they stop for fuel, right? You see here, 1 truck in 30 trucks, they stop for fuel. And now probability of cars or trucks. Okay, probability of cars or trucks. They need fuel. This is the probability. So we find the union. Guys, do you remember union? Union means or, right? Union means or. And this means plus. As I mentioned earlier, you know, union means or and it means plus. So we plus this result and we plus this result, okay? So you see we have probability of CE and probability of C bar E. So probability of C, right? 5 out of, so you see here probability of C, it is the vehicle is car. So now let's see here, 2 out of 5. That means the vehicle, the probability that the vehicle is a car, okay, car. And then for if it is a car, then the probability of stopping that car in the petrol pump, that is 50 out of 2, right? So we just multiply them, because you see here we have probability of CE, right? CE. So here, if here is nothing, so we know that there is an intersection sign, right? Guys, do you remember? If here is nothing, that means here is the intersection sign. And for intersection, we know that intersection means and, right? Intersection means and it is the multiplication. So that's why we multiply these two results, okay? 2 out of 5, their car, and the probability that that car needs fuel, that is 50 out of 2, right? Okay. And then this plus sign is for this union, okay? This union. And now let's come here. We have 5 out of 3, they are truck, okay? And for truck, the probability of taking fuel, that is 30 out of 1. Okay, so we just multiply these two results. Okay, so here is the 3 out of 5 is truck, and then 30 out of 1 they require fuel. Okay, so we just multiply them. So if we do the calculation, we get 9 out of 250. So this is the probability that the car needs fuel. The car, so the either truck or car. The probability that either truck or car, in total, any of them, okay, any of them, just they come, either trucks comes or either car comes. So a truck or car, they come for taking fuel, okay? This is the probability of any car. It can be a truck or it can be a car. They come to take fuel. And now let's find that. So now let's see what is the question. So find the probability that the car, it is a car. So probability that this is a car, and here is the condition, okay? Here is the condition. And this car needs fuel, okay? So this is the condition, okay? Guys, do you understand? Find the probability that this is a car. So this is a car, this is car. And here is the condition. Condition is this car needs fuel, okay? This car needs fuel. So E for fuel and C for car. So find the probability that this is a car and this car needs fuel, okay? So this is the conditional probability. Now we have to use the formula. So for conditional probability, the formula is, so we just find the intersection of C and E, that means P of C and E, okay? And then we divide it by the condition. So here condition is E, okay? Here condition is E. So we divide it by the condition, okay? I think it's clear, right? This is the conditional probability formula. So firstly, we just find the intersection, that means C and E, right? We can write down this way, C intersection E. or we just can write down just C. CE, okay? CE by probability of E. I mean, we divide by the condition here, okay? So we already calculated C. C is here, right here. If I use a marker, okay. C is here, right? This part, these two multiplication. This is C, right? Probability of C. So this is 4 out of 250. If you calculate 2 and 2, that is 4, right? 2 times 2, that is 4, and 50 times 5, that is 250. So 4 out of 250. And then for probability of E, so you already calculated here, right? This is the probability of E. E means this car needs fuel. So probability of this car needs fuel. This is here. So we got 9 out of 250. So we just divide them. So we get 4 out of 9. This is the answer for find the probability that the car that is a car. That means the car needs fuel. Find the probability that the car needs fuel. And here 3 and 2, they are just count. Okay, so you just okay. For example, you are a man sitting here, and you are counting like how many cars is going. So you got in 1 minute there is 2 cars and 3 trucks. Okay, so this way, this is maybe a Poisson distribution, right, guys? So Poisson distribution, we in Poisson distribution, there is a time interval, like in 1 minute how many cars is going. Okay, so you see here it is given 3:2. That means we have 3 truck and 2 car. Okay, so we firstly add them together, and then we find the probability that the vehicle is a car. So it will be 2 out of 5, and then we find the probability that vehicle is a truck. It will be 5 out of 3, and then we find we let another variable E, that is the vehicle stops for fuel, and that will be for car, that will be 50 out of 2, so 2 out of 50, and for truck that will be 30 out of 1, right? Guys, can you follow me? It is already said in the question paper.
Yeah, Omar, go on.
Yeah, see here, on truck in 30 trucks and 2 cars in 50 cars. So yeah, 2 cars in 50 cars and on trucks in 30 trucks. Abu, আজকে যেহেতু কাদা হয়ে গেছে যা লাগছে না দেখুন যে আম্মু ধরে দেখাও
বাড়ি আসছো না সারাদিন?
আছে
লাইটে চার্জ দিতে পারবেন?
চার্জার
আছে রাখো। ওই বড় চার্জার হলে কিন্তু কষ্ট হয়ে যাবে।
ইউএসবি নাকি?
হ্যাঁ,
ইউএসবি।
তো ইউএসবি দিয়ে বাজে
আচ্ছা দিবা নি আমি খাবার নিয়ে করব ওদিক যা আছে না কাদা
বাটনের যে চার্জার আছে না?
So guys, probability that the vehicle is needs fuel and it's a car, that is 50 out of 2, and then the vehicle is a truck, that is 30 out of 1, right? Because it's already said here, 1 in 30 trucks and 2 cars in 50 cars. And then we find the probability that the car needs fuel. The car needs fuel. So this is the union, right? This is the union of okay, let me erase. This is the union of probability that the vehicle is a car times car needs fuel. Okay, and then plus probability that vehicle is a truck, and then truck needs fuel. Okay, so we just calculated it here in this line. Okay, in this line. Guys, can you understand or can you follow me?
Yes, Omar.
Okay,
I got it.
so then we just calculate the part here and here, here and here. So the answer will be 9 out of 250. So this result is the the probability that the vehicle needs fuel. Okay, it can be either car, it can be either truck, doesn't matter, but it needs fuel. And then we have to find that the vehicle needs fuel. Here is condition. Okay, here is the condition. Vehicle needs fuel and it should be a car, or vehicle is a car and it needs fuel. Okay, so here E, the condition that it needs fuel, is the condition. So we use the conditional entropy formula here. You see here, right here, probability that the vehicle is a car and the condition is this car needs fuel. Okay, so the formula is we find the intersection probability of car and probability of the car it needs fuel, probability of vehicle it needs fuel, divided by probability of vehicle it needs fuel. Okay, so this is the answer. 4 out of 9. This is the answer. 4 out of 9. So let's see another problem. For this short answer, okay, for this short answer, I have shared maybe. Okay, but let me share another picture so we can get the solution.
Okay.
We have some short question here. The first question is acquiring knowledge. Okay. The first question is here, multiple neural networks. So maybe we should discuss the fill in the blanks first. Okay. I have to include the picture here again. So, yeah. So the first question here, in the predicate logic representation, the formula formed by connecting several formulas. So the formula formed by connecting several formulas with this sign. So this sign means and, right? So you can think this way. Here is rope, right? Here is rope, and you want to hang your clothes here. Okay, you know clip. You guys know clip. So here is a clip, right? So if this is hanger, you know hanger. We got hanger to hang the clothes, our clothes. Maybe this is hanger. Okay. So if you put a clip this way, it will not fall. It will not fall on the ground, right? Or if you just put a V sign stick here, it will not fall on the ground. But if you put this way, it will fall on the ground, right? Okay. So so this sign, it means it connects with the rope, and this sign it means it doesn't connect with the rope, right? So this one is conjunction. This one is conjunction. So I have written here, and this one is disjunction. Okay, disjunction. So we have to write down here this one, this symbol, and this is called conjunction. Okay, you see here, this is called conjunction, right? And this sign, it is called disjunction. You can remember this way. You have a rope here, and you want to hang up your clothes. So if you put the clip this way, if you put the clip this way, it will not fall on the ground. So it connects with the rope. So it is called conjunction. Okay. And if you
Okay.
put this way, it is called disjunction because it will fall on the ground, right? Because there is no support here. So it will just fall on the ground. And now the second one. So this sign and this is called conjunction, and the formula formed by connecting several formulas. This sign, this is called disjunction. Okay.
Mhm.
Toss a uniform coin and its information entropy is dash. Its information entropy is this way because we if we toss a coin, so we can have either head or tail, right? So we can have so we have total two results. One is head and another one is tail, right? So we have total two results. So head and tail. So out of two, we can have either we can have head, that means we can have one result. So log 2 base 2 out of 1. I mean 2 out of 1 that can be head, and again minus 2 out of all that can be tail. So log 2 base 2 out of 1 that can be tail. Okay. Is this clear? Like how we calculate the decision tree?
Yep.
Okay. Now the third question here.
It's
That
the
is-
same like the previous question, right?
Yeah, right.
That we
Right.
have done. Okay.
Right.
Got it. Next.
Machine learning is the three branches of knowledge engineering, that is dash, dash, and dash. It is also important research field of artificial intelligence. So machine learning is the three branches of knowledge engineering. So they are acquiring knowledge. Okay, you have to acquire knowledge, and you have to represent. So representing knowledge, and you have to using knowledge. So these are three branches of these are three branches of machine learning: acquiring knowledge, representing knowledge, and using knowledge. But I don't hear. Knowledge, representing knowledge, representing, and using knowledge. Okay. Acquiring knowledge, representing knowledge, and using knowledge. And for in semantic network representation, a simple fact is represented by two dash and dash. So in semantic neural network, neural representation, it is represented as two nodes and an arc maybe. I'm not sure what Laushi told here, but it may be arc or something. But you know that two nodes, okay? It is represented represented by two nodes, okay? Two nodes.
Mhm.
If I search on Google, semantic network representation. Animal person. Two nodes.